Last week we talked about Kaizer Chiefs wanting to sign Umabuya from Richards Bay, and we're like, yeah, rightfully so, because Froslat does not seem like he applies himself. And given the fact that his contract comes to an end at the end of the season, you can see why Kaizer Chiefs would then look elsewhere to find an alternative. But now, there are news that Kaizer Chiefs are also looking to sign a left back. But we knew this. They wanted to sign a left back, except that it's not Upasatin. It's actually someone else. And Kaizer Chiefs have apparently changed their strategy of who they want to sign this January based on a few performances. And I think you'll agree. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. And also going to talk about the other target that everyone is talking about that Kaizer Chiefs are actually going after and the complications that are around that signing. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo, I am your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Khosi Football Club. I bit my tongue, so now I'm not sure what's happening there. Okay, the left back that I'm talking about is Usamgelo Kabini, who currently plays for TS Galaxy. And he did score against the Kaizer Chiefs, but that's not a big deal, right? We don't sign players because they score against us. Tashrik Morris. Anyways, no, I'm joking. That's not the thing, because if you look at his performance so far, Ukabini, he averages over 7.5 in the rating. SofaScore this season, and I'm saying, and I'm basing this on stats because I've not watched him play that much. So it seems like he does put above average performances week in, week out, and which is above, by the way, Cross's 6.73 rating per week. And given what we saw this weekend with Cross, you can see that the boy can be very solid, clean. He can do a clean job, but then he just has those moments of lapses where he just is like what is this thing? A ticking time bomb. It's like a mistake that's waiting to happen, unfortunately, because he tries. And I always look at Cross, I always look at Mart, I always look at Umtetwa. For all the things that they are able to do well, they just always have this thing that can go wrong at any given time. And the Chiefs might want to have security by signing Ukabini. But when I put them side to side, Ukros and Ukabini, compared them, I was like, okay, this is no longer as convincing as you might look at it when you see these players on a 1v1, right? Because if you look at them, you look at the other one, you're like, oh, okay, this one is this. And then you look at the other one, you're like, oh, this one is that one. And is lacking on that one. But overall, you can just see that it won't be an upgrade. Why am I saying it won't be an upgrade? Because we also need to factor in that the stats that he's getting at TS Galaxy is getting them playing for a smaller team. And we are not even considering the pressure that he's going to get, given the fact that he's 20 and you bring him to Chiefs. Yabo abomfundo vilakazi naboduba noma besithuka nje kodwa ke bathuka thina bathuka laba abatype uBS ukuthi those ones grow up under the pressure of playing for Kaizer Chiefs, and sometimes it gets too much, but they're used to the environment. You take Ukabini, with all due respect, being watched by 500 people each week, and then all of a sudden he's playing in front of 20,000. That's going to be a problem for him, because this is not just 10 times, this is not 20 times, this is not 30 times, but it's 40 times more than the people that he's used to playing in front of. So that's obviously going to be a factor, which is something that we don't usually think about when we're talking about this signing. So as much as Ukabini does look like a good player, I think that if Chiefs are signing someone, it should be a starter. And I will still hold my position and say I think that Chiefs should just go for Pasadena, because this thing of finding alternatives and third options, it just doesn't work for me. Which brings us to the two players who are leaving Kaizer Chiefs before we talk about the two other players who are coming in or not coming in. Ukunika Nomtansane are apparently wanted by Amazulu, rightfully so, right? Because Sundowns, Uzwane is coaching Amazulu, and it was in his first season that Chiefs actually called Ukunika back to Kaizer Chiefs, and the following season Umtansane was wanted by Uzwane and he came to Chiefs. And now with Umtansane not playing and Ukunika not being played right now, you can clearly see why those might be going. And that's why I was asking myself, why is Kwinika being on the bench a lot these days? I feel like they were trying to do the same thing they did with Ditlokwe. Say, dude, go out there and show us what you can do so that we can sell you, because no one's gonna sell you if you just look like you're not doing anything. So even right now, I saw that Ukwinika beginning of the season, he just looked like he had let himself go, Ubenomkaba and all of that. But now it looks like, okay, he's kind of back to fitness, which is admirable, by the way, because that means he's trying to put in the work. If you're enjoying the video, please to make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now let's talk about Glody Lilepo. So this is a 23-year-old. Initially people had said he was a striker, but he's not a striker. He's actually a winger, and he's currently playing in the French third tier, playing for a team called Valenciennes, right? And apparently in December he was their player of the month, which is weird because his average rating is like 6.82. So how do you become a best player for the team with stats or with the performances that are below 7? That just doesn't make any sense. Now apparently the French club want to sell him, and according to various sources, I think even Itiski Times, Nomazola, they did talk about him. Chiefs bid 9.6 million, and his team that he currently plays for are actually willing to sell the player, but the player does not want to come to South African football. And I'm like, I really don't care for this person. If he doesn't want to come to South African football, he should stay there, because for starters, we're not even sure what kind of a player we'll be getting here. So a police kuna to spend that 9 million on this guy, kuna low 9.6 million, add 5 million, get a police. And yes, I think it was Umazola who said that according to him, he does not think that Polokwane City want to sell Police this transfer window or even this season. And I did say this, Polokwane City might want to hold on to Police, not because it's Kaizer Chiefs, because even Pirates were linked and then they ended up not getting him. At some point even Sundowns were linked. I think Umangoba revealed that they wanted Police, but to all of these 3 big teams in South Africa, the 2 big teams and the other one, they just refused, right? They just refused to sell to all of them. And you can tell why, because they know that his price is still gonna go up even after AFCON, and then they can sell him after that point, because then they will make a huge profit. So they are really taking a huge gamble, hoping that Police's valuation will go up. So we'll just wait and see. As for this Congolese Glody Lilepo, I'm gonna say, Mina, if he doesn't wanna come here, he shouldn't come here. And he sure as hell shouldn't come here because he was convinced by money, because then he will think he's somebody. And I don't want players who come to Kaizer Chiefs thinking they're someone. Which then brings us to the 2 players who have apparently, according to Ilatuma, whatever they say, I said take it with a pinch of salt. They are saying that Matlou and Pule Modi have changed Kaizer Chiefs' January transfer plans, which is weird to me because Modi has been playing nonsense up until 2 games ago. Pela Modi has been playing nonsense, and then against Arrows he played very good, and I was like fully complimenting him. I'm like, yes, we finally saw Pule Modi taking on defenders. Against Sekhukhune he continued right there and he played very well. And Umatlo comes back against the Arrows, he plays very well, and then against Sekhukhune he played very well as well. So that was just brilliant. And now apparently because of those 2 performances, I doubt that, but they're saying according to those performances by those 2 guys, Kaizer Chiefs have actually deprioritized signing a midfielder and signing a winger. And you remember I did say this to you guys, that when Matlo comes back, one thing that is going to help us with is staying as that second 6 who can keep the ball for us, which is something that I'd said, or signing that I'd said that we needed. And by them actually having Umatlo who now comes in and he wins the ball and is able to protect it and help us progress the ball and connect the back line with midfield and then connect the midfield with the forwards, is then just beautiful to see. Because I was watching the game, rewatching the game for analysis, which I will post tomorrow, the 21st of Feb. January. I focus my analysis for the 2 videos. One is on Matlo and the other one is on Samgelo Zwane and their role. It's gonna be beautiful when I post it. Well, it's beautiful what they're doing in the game. So It's not that me gonna make it beautiful. I'll try. But anyways, what do you guys think about all of these things? Do you think that the performances of Pule Modi and George Matlo have actually warranted Kaizer Chiefs to not go out and sign someone? And do you actually believe that Chiefs are still going to go out there and get a striker? Do let me know down on the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelo Moy. Season.